Why, hey there, everybody. It's Lee O'Reilly.
Hello, it's Megan.
Oh my gosh, I totally just burped.
It's okay.
It wasn't a burp, it was like a gargle. Hi, I'm gargling Amy.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. Um, so the first, and listeners can do this at home. So I just want you to close your eyes, like very briefly. Okay. Well, I know.
Are you gonna be naked when I open?
No,
Don't, no jump scare, please, no jump
You know what?
scares.
Put me with a
no, no,
good
no, no,
time.
no. Okay, so if I say,
Mhm.
think of an apple, can you picture the apple in your head? Like,
Oh,
can you?
no, but I know everything about this apple.
Yes, I can picture it.
Okay, you can open your eyes. That's my only question. Okay. This is the reason I'm asking. It's funny because I feel like this topic came up in like the writing community like a year or two ago.
I do kind of remember
Um,
it. Yeah,
but my husband's internet, I don't know what algorithm he's on, but like the
he's
like
on
trend.
Janice's algorithm.
Yeah, he's on like AI algorithm, but like when it comes to like internet trends, he's a year behind. Okay, like what everyone is talking about, he
Is he like,
gets it a
Megan,
year
have you
late.
seen this dress? What color is the dress?
Right? Is it
He
blue
would.
or is it
He
gold?
would. You don't understand. He totally would. But anyway, so he asked me to do that the other day and he's like, can you picture an apple? And I was like, absolutely. I picture a
Yeah,
full apple.
I
I
picked a color
can,
of apple too. Like,
yeah,
Get
I
a
can see
color
this.
so you can see it. Because see, I know with the color and I know everything about it, but I don't see it.
I can like visually picture an apple in my head. I can like it is like a 3D. I can picture it. And um again, and my husband, he is like, he just learned, like Neil just learned about this. He was like, I'm fascinated that you can do that because he said, I see nothing. I see nothing, just black. I can't see a damn thing. And he's like, did you know there's a name for this? He was like so excited. He went down like a rabbit hole. So there is actually, it's called like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's called aphantasia. And that's basically what it is. It's like, if you have aphantasia, you can't like picture things in your head. You don't have like mental images. And we've always talked about between Neil and I, like he doesn't read fiction. And he's like, do you get now like why fiction isn't like fun for me? Cause he's like, well, cause he's like, I can't,
Leah's gonna argue.
I know, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But he's like, I can't picture anything in my
But even
head.
if you're
And
reading nonfiction, you still have to picture what's on the page. Like just because it's nonfiction doesn't mean that it doesn't. There's no sight attached to it.
right.
You know what I
I
mean?
think he processes it
Yeah.
differently though. He
That's
processes it
fair.
as
That's fair.
yeah, he like for him, like the imagination of like picturing
Yeah.
like say like a castle if he's reading a fantasy, like he can't do that. And he also doesn't want to do that. Like I also think it is like him to like I think Neil has like other stuff going on that like that makes him not interested in fiction. Like this is not just because he has aphantasia, but because of like I would say his like neurodivergence coupled with this is like not fun for him. And but I am curious, like because I told him, I said, when I write, I picture everything happening in my head like it's a movie. So sometimes when I'm writing, like I almost can't write fast enough because
I
in
was
my
gonna say it
head,
looks better in my head than it does on the page.
it looks great in my head. And that's why in my head, I'm often like blocking scenes because in my head, it's playing like it would a movie. And that's how I'm writing it. And because of that, I often find that one of my weaknesses is internal dialogue or monologue that I often add in like in edits because that's not what I'm seeing in my head when I'm writing. Does that make sense? But so I'm just curious though what like how it works for you guys when you write. Are you seeing it? Because I remember this was like a discussion among authors recently. Like some authors, obviously you can still write if you don't picture it in your head, but some people do.
Can picture, but I also need help sometimes. Like if I know that I want my heroine to wear like some sort of like fancy dress for an event, let's say. I have
Okay.
in my head what I want it to look like, but then I also want to find an image online so that I can
Okay.
describe the fabric. You know what I mean? Like I
Night. Okay.
I want that texture. Like I don't picture the texture like I want to see it. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So I will look for a visual aid to aid in what is in my head. I'm like, I know what I have in my head, but I need to see it on the screen to be able to accurately describe it.
okay. Yeah. So, Leah, do you, like, picture what you're writing in your head like a movie? Okay.
No, because
And
I
that's
just told you
total
I don't see it. So, I
yeah.
don't see it, and this is where I'm gonna push back because I would say that, like but that doesn't mean I don't feel like I have, obviously, like, imagination.
Right.
It's
Totally,
just
yeah.
that, like, I don't know how to describe it the best. I would say that I have intense vibes. And so when I
I love
picture
that.
the apple, I'm, like, picturing, like, like, I knew it was a green apple, but I'm not, like, seeing a green apple. But I can
Uh,
tell you everything about the apple, but I'm not seeing the actual apple.
yeah.
Does
But
that make
that's so
sense?
cool. It
Yeah.
does, but this is actually I like this makes me nerd out because I love the different way that people think, and I love that the different way that people create, and also, like, reading your books, I, like, get that because I do think like, vibes are strong.
Yeah, and I don't think so I don't see scenes, like, when I'm writing, I'm not like, "Oh, I'm picturing it," and I just have to, like, look around the room and I'm picturing it.
Really?
It's
Okay.
more the best way to describe it is, like, I'm running pretty hard on vibes, and I'm not a logic-based thinker like Neil.
Right.
And so but it's but it is funny that, like, with dreams, I almost never remember my dreams, but occasionally I do, and when I do, I can often remember some elements of, like, seeing something. Like, it's not like I don't have, like, every time, like, oh, I have a full memory of what that dream was and what I saw, but I do know that there are times it's not that I just dream and don't see it. Like, I'm seeing something in my dream, I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, I've had dreams of, like, people, and I'll be like, "That person was wearing a white shirt, and there was a snake." So there is something, it's just that if I close my eyes and do it, I'm not seeing anything. It's just
Yeah.
black.
I mean, it's
That's
cool
just
that there's a name for it because I feel like that definitely helps Neil articulate then what's going on or not going on in his head.
well, it's really funny because he kinda looked at me, like, because he is logical, and he just because when I told him, "Oh, I picture what I'm writing in my head like a movie," and he just looks at me and he goes, "That's a very worthwhile skill to have in your profession." And I was like, "Why do you think I can literally do nothing else? Why do you think I can pretty much only write? Because that is the only skill I And I was like, "So thank you, but thank you for the compliment." It was just
S
so funny. He was like, "That's such a worthwhile skill for you."
so
And I was like,
here's my
yeah.
question about that, and, like, Leah, you can answer it, and you can ask Neil later, and, like, listeners, I wanna know too. What about, like, memories? Like, something that you know what I mean?
That's a good
Because like,
point.
memories are visual to me, like,
You're
super visual,
right.
like a photograph. Like, I can picture like, I don't know why, I just started thinking about memories, and then I thought about this, and I think it was an anniversary party for my grandparents when I was, like, in 6th grade, and my first cousin and I, we had, like, matching outfits, and I, right now, can see, with my eyes open, I can
Yeah.
see a photo that one of my parents took of me in that outfit, standing at the foot of the driveway in my grandparents' yard.
Yeah.
Like, I can see it right now.
Right. I would say my memories are visual too. I don't always remember dialogue accurately, whereas Neil recalls picture perfect dialogue, but he doesn't ever really describe like the scene.
So
But he will
if you ever went
recall
missing and he lost all photos of you, like, he's not
my
gonna be able
face
to
would be
yeah.
invisible to him.
He's not gonna be able to, like, tell, like, the sketch artist what to do.
Probably, but his auditory processing is,
Yeah.
like, miles better than mine, I would say.
Mm.
Again, I don't remember specific dialogue or whatever, and I would say his visual memories, like, when it comes to, reading or numbers
Mhm.
is better than mine. Because he said the same thing to me, he goes, "Do you picture numbers in your head?" And I said, "No." Not at all. You tell me a number, you say 1,364, I will forget that number in 5 seconds. I do
But
not
I already
picture
forgot what you said.
yeah, see? Aren't brains
Yeah.
amazing?
No.
They're so and it comes in like a vast variety. I don't know. Anyway, it was just a really interesting discussion, and I was curious what you guys think. And I'm curious what people at home think. Like, close your eyes, think of an apple, let
I
me
think
know.
my memories are mostly feelings, but there are things like when Amy said the dress, I can, like, remember very specifically, like, a few dresses in my life. Like, I can remember the dress I wore the first day of school, and I can remember, like, in kindergarten, and I can and I'm like, "Do I picture it?" It's hard to say. I don't know if I'm picturing it, but, like, I know like, it's the like, the apple, like, I know it very well, but I'm not necessarily seeing it, but I can tell you everything about it.
Right, right. No, that makes sense to me. It does. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to bring that up.
That was a
I
cool
was very
it
curious.
was a good experiment. Good thought
Yeah,
experiment.
yeah, and I always love hearing how writers write. That's probably one of my favorite favorite things to nerd out about.
Well, we actually had that as a so today's the
Good
uncensored.
segue.
Good segue.
Good segue, and that actually is a question somebody asks in here.
In
Like,
our
so
Patreon.
yeah, so we took, we sourced the Patreon and asked, anyone who had, questions. I was in a mood when, Amy posted it, so I also asked for unhinged. We didn't get that many
We didn't
unhinged,
get
though,
that many unhinged, but
but
because
that's
you
okay.
asked for it, you have to answer the unhinged ones
Yes, I will.
because 'cause they're
But wait,
directed towards you anyway.
where is the writing one in
Yeah, I
here?
remember reading that too. We will
Let me
find
find
it.
it. Oh my gosh, I don't wanna okay. So there's a bunch of questions from so Claudia gave us a whole bunch of questions tonight. So I guess Claudia, tonight's your night, baby. We're answering a lot of questions from you. Um, but this one was you three have been writing for a while now. What's your process like now? Do you mull over a plot for some time before you write? Do you revise, revise, revise? How does an editor fit into your process?
Um, I would say I never mull over an idea for a while. Like, pretty much, if like an idea comes to me, I'm usually gonna start writing it. I think the three of us talked recently. I have a like a I'm very good at starting books. Like for some people, the beginning's the hardest. For me, it's the easiest. So I have a lot of like half written books. It's very easy for me to start a book. It's hard for me to finish it. Um, so I don't usually like mull over an idea for like a long time. If I actually think it's like a feasible book that I can write and finish and publish, then I will just usually go for it. And my revisions are usually not long, I would say. I don't know, I revise as I go. Like sometimes I'll stop, I'll write like 30K words and then I'll go back and like revise up until that point. Then I keep going. I often do that too, because I would say a lot of times my themes aren't always solidified until like halfway through the book. And then all of a sudden then I get to know that's when I get to know the characters better. Sometimes like their little quirks come out in a more defined way. So then I go back and like sprinkle that in.
That's what the comment feature is for. Like when the theme starts to emerge, then I'll make a note to myself, go back and insert this in such and such chapter or whatever.
Yeah.
And like same thing with mulling, like if I have an idea, I want to write it. Like if I have an idea for a book, I want to write it. But sometimes I can't write what I want to write right now because I'm in the middle of something else. So like I've been revising my ghost book that's coming out this summer. And I already know what I want to do for book two, but I haven't been able to sit down and start book two, and I need to because now I've just given myself a due date with editing. But because I don't ever want to lose an idea, because mulling, I will lose it. If I'm just thinking about it in my head, I will lose it. So the notes app on my phone, always a running list. Even sometimes it's a dialogue like points. Like I don't know where this is gonna go, but I know that I want the heroine to say this, or I know I want the hero to say this to the heroine. And so I have a huge running note going right now for book two that I need to plot, and I have all these things that I know that I want to put in it. Um, I always plot my books out. I'm not a pantser. So I do write a short synopsis before I write a book just to make sure I have a beginning, middle, and end and that I hit all the story beats. And then I will put that synopsis away and just write because I'm like, all right, now I know I have the story. And I only go back to the synopsis if I get stuck, if I write myself into a corner. And then I'll go back and say, can I help myself? Like, it's that sort of, safety net to fall back on. And yeah, editor, I mean, like, up until now, I've worked with traditional publishers. So there's a developmental edit, there is a copy edit, and there's a final proof edit. And now I'm self-publishing, and I hired an editor, and I also self-edit, like you said, like as I go, because I can only write so much in a day, and then when I sit down to write the next day, I often have to like read over what I wrote before to get back into the groove. And so that's often where, some like immediate edits will come. Um, I think it also helps that we've all been doing this for a while and are, I think, pretty clean in our writing. Um, and know a lot of the conventions. I mean, I still don't know Chicago Manual of Style to save my ass. Like, how do I format a text message? Like, I have to look that up every time, or have an editor tell me how to do it. But I think for the most part, yeah, I feel pretty confident after I'm done drafting to then send it to my editor, and then I edit it, of course.
My process is I've talked about this in the past, but this is a new day. I have gone from full pantsing to full plotting. Do I mull a plot for some time? Girl, I can mull a plot for years, years before I write it. And sometimes I can think of a plot and I am writing it within 5 minutes. I would say if I had to pick one or the other that I tend to do, I'm probably more of a muller than a jump inner, but it also kind of really depends on my situation at the time. Like right now, I'm not on a contract, so I need to decide like what I want to do. I can fart around on that for years, and I have. Like I went like what 6 years without publishing a book because I just like effed around and was like, I don't know. And then when it's like go time, I can crunch out like a book in 3 weeks. So it really just kind of depends on like where I'm at. And I've always talked, I think it's like maybe an ADHD thing. Like I've got like a switch that flips. And if my switch isn't flipped, like I might as well, like I just got to vibe. And when my switch, and I mean, like, I don't have to, like, I can force myself through it, but like right now, I don't have to. So if I don't have to, like, on the pain of death, then I'm just not going to. And then once that switch flips, it'll be almost impossible. Like Megan's writing right now in this way. When
Mhm,
the switch flips, it's
mhm.
possible for me to almost do anything else. It's all I do. And so I like it when that happens, and it's not healthy when it happens for me, but it's really fun, and it's kind of like the most fun you can have sober, in my opinion.
It is a great feeling when that happens, and I will also say, like, I won't write if I don't have a deadline. Like, for the first self-published book, when I reached out to the person who edited that book, I said, "What's your calendar like? I need a deadline." And she's like, "You tell me when you want this book done." And I told her, and she's like, "Okay, this is your deadline." And same thing for book 2. Um, I talked to the person who's gonna be editing it, and I'm like, "What is your schedule like? Here's when I want the book out." And then I'm backtracking because if all goes well with what I did to produce the audio for this book, I wanna do the same thing for book 2, and they need the book, like, 5 months out to produce the audio. So I'm like, "Alright, well, then I need to finish the book by, like, June 1st." And so that's the deadline that I just set, and I'm like, "Okay, shit, that's, like, less than 4 months, I gotta, like, get going."
Yeah. Yeah, I would say my writing style maybe is more similar to Leah's in that respect where, like, I'm either almost, like, not writing or I'm writing and it's painful, but I have to do it because I have a deadline, or, my switch is flipped and, I'm consumed. I'm in that right now. I gotta be honest. I for the very first time tonight, I actually was like, I wish I could just write instead of podcast. And I will tell you right now, that's never happened in 5 years. That I've been like, oh, I never not want a podcast. And tonight, right before I signed on, I actually was like making because I was in the car right before and I always think of things in the car driving. I just drive in, like, silence, like a freak. I just no music, just drive in silence. And as soon as I got home, my daughter's like, "Can you help me make a smoothie?" I'm like, "Your father will do it." And I, like, ran upstairs because I had to, like, immediately write down all the stuff that I thought in my head, and then I signed on to podcast, because yeah, I'm just, like I'm consumed by it. It's fun, but it's also, like, mentally draining. It's like because 'cause I've written 5,000 words for, like, the past 2 weeks
But
a
I would
day.
rather have that than to have the, like, "God, I just gotta fucking get 1,000 words out
Yeah,
today."
and I've done that.
Yeah.
I've ground out I've spent a lot of time just, like, grinding out books, but, it feels good
There's
right
one thing
now.
I wanna say for myself, I don't know if it's the same for you both, though. I don't think my quality is better or worse either way. One's just enjoyable to me and one's not, but I've had times where I'm grinding shit and I'm like, I feel like I am just digging this out of me, like, unwillingly, and I'm lazy, and I wanna do nothing else, and all I wanna do is fart around on the internet. I'll read about US political news even, n res and not write, but I have to do, like, 1,000 words. I can go back and be like, "Those were" like, not every time, but, like, sometimes I'm like, well, that turned out real good. Like, it's just it's funny, like, it doesn't equate necessarily, like, when I'm in, like, a switch flip, like, "Wah!" Like, sometimes I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that turned out pretty good," or usually the flow is fairly consistent because you are writing so much that you kind of go into a flow. But for me, one thing that is always funny to me is afterwards, I'm never like when I'm, like, forcing myself and it's like taking my medicine, it's not like all of a sudden I'm like, "Well, that just sucked." Like, later, it's like, "Well, I don't know." So I just like, that's a funny thing to kinda just note.
No, I kind of agree with that, because sometimes I'll go back and I'll be like, "That sucked writing that," and it's actually not sucky. Like, I'm actually surprised it's not worse than it is, um, because sometimes you do, like, sometimes your muse does leave you and, like, you have a deadline and you just gotta do like, we've all done it. The 3 of us have been writing for a very long time, but I also think, like, there is so much to be said for the experience of writing books, like, um, knowing yourself, knowing you can finish a book, knowing tropes and plotting so well that like you can really like conjure something out of nothing. And that is just flat out the experience of writing books. It's why I always tell like new writers just write and write and write and write. I don't care if you have like 5 half finished books, at least finish one, but, like, also just write. Like,
Right.
just learn yourself, learn, like, where you get stuck while you're writing. Because I would say I often get stuck right around the same word count when I'm writing a novel, like, often around, like, the soggy middle. Like, you need to learn that about yourself, and you also need to have confidence that you can get past that. Like, I know at this point, even when I hit the soggy middle and I hate it and I think the whole book is shit, I know that that's happened before and I know I can get past it. And so I think it's like probably like a sport where like you reach maybe a point where you're so tired and your legs hurt and you don't think you can go on, but you're like, I did it before. I know I can keep going. It's like your brain's a muscle, you
And
know?
what's funny also for me is I would say my beginnings are the hardest because I'll have like an idea in my head and I'll be like, I really like this idea. I'm ready to go. And then I'll start it. And every time I'm like, it's not as good as I
Oh,
pictured in my
I
head.
know. It's so
And then I have to like
frustrating.
write through that because I'm like, it doesn't feel good now. Now it feels like bad. And then it's almost more towards like, yeah, like 10 to 15,000 words, I'm like, "Okay, well, it's fucking something at this point." Like, God bless. Like, I don't know, it's something.
Yeah.
But it's funny because, like, I feel like every time I start, I have this thing where I'm like, I am not like, that first blank page is a shitty like, I never approach it like, the endless possibilities of fun. It's always like, for me, it's that moment of, like, my inner critic is, like, the loudest. It's like, "Today's the day you're gonna realize that this is, like, you really can't do it
Or like maybe this idea wasn't as great as I thought or
Yeah,
something like that. Like
you thought it was genius. It's
I
not.
agree. I don't see the blank page either as like this like magical thing where yeah, the
It's always
possibilities
the
are
most
limitless.
magical, I think, when you first think of it. You're
Yeah.
like,
Well,
"I
Oh,
it's
have
in our
the
head.
best
When it's in your
idea
head, and you're like, "Ooh,
ever."
ooh, ooh."
yeah. In my
And then you
head.
start writing it and you're like, "Is it? Like,
Is
is
it? I
it?"
think I hate it. I think I'm stupid.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'll have a scene build up in my head that I've been waiting to write for like the entire book and then I get to the scene and it's terrible. Like it doesn't fulfill that promise. I don't get across what I want to get across or it ends up being super short. And I'm like, what is wrong? Like this was supposed to be like the massive climax. I had this whole thing in my head and then like it's over in like 2 paragraphs. Like what was I doing? Like I hate that. That's always
So bringing it back to K-dramas, I
Yeah.
guess the empathy I have is, like, every time I bitch about stuff with, a drama or a plot, like, there is never a whole part of me that doesn't remember that there is just some other person out there that's just sitting there being like, "Fuck, I'm doing my best.
I'm trying my
I'm
best.
trying. I'm
I'm
trying."
trying.
And I'm trying to navigate, like, who knows what in terms of, like, corporate speak and who else like, what other bullshit. So I'm like, "You know what? Good for you."
Yeah, I'm trying, and I still took them to Argon, and it's
I was
like,
just
okay,
gonna
you
say,
know
like,
what?
do you feel that way about Argon? Do you have that grace for Argon?
I mean, I can see there being well, I mean, Argon was an adaptation too, so, like, like, I don't know, maybe it executed better in, like, the source material. We've heard people passionately defend the Argon choice. I think look, I'll drink instead. Pass,
Yeah.
let's go on.
Truth or drink your water. We're all
Actually,
trying to
we
drink more
should do
water.
a podcast that's like truth or drink sometime.
We
That would
should,
be
but
fun.
but it's
Truth or
all water.
But it's water. It's water.
But it's water. It's water.
we're gonna stop now and do a short PSA before we break. Have you drank your water today? Because we are all becoming really motivated on hydration. And this podcast is sponsored today by water.
By water. By H2O.
Sponsored by our kidneys.
Yes.
So yeah, honestly, take a drink, take a little break. Everyone drink now at home if you're listening.
And we're not in like some sort of like bladder crisis. We have just all identified that we're not
Don't drink enough
hydrated.
water, and we need to drink more water.
So we are trying to encourage ourselves and you at home. This is your PSA.
Drink
I
water.
want a water jingle that we can insert. Can we make a water
Oh
jingle?
Oh my God, that would be
Yes!
so funny.
We have to figure out how to do
No.
that.
Okay, no.
Can somebody
Put
if
it
you're
out there.
listening-
Yeah. Who wants to write us a water jingle?
Yeah, but write me a water jingle. We'll play it every podcast and we'll credit you.
We will write us a water jingle.
Write me a water
my-
jingle and I will play it and I will glaze you every
Just
time.
like a 5-second thing that's like, drink your water. The afternooners love you. Water. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have
Clearly we can't be trusted after hearing that and you don't want us to write the jingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Next up-
I've got one that I like that I want to read from Gavin. Scrolling to find it. Okay. So this is from Gavin. If you were transported, because I had my answer immediately for this. If you were transported into a K-drama and became the villain of the story, what type of villain would you want to be? And then he gave choices: quirky serial killer, charismatic cult leader, power-hungry vice principal, land-dealing CEO, manipulative queen dowager, white truck of death, jealous second lead.
All right, what did you pick? Because I
Yeah.
actually don't know what you would pick.
So do you want to guess what I picked?
I'll guess.
Okay.
Oof. I
Wait,
guess
power hungry vice principal?
I'm guessing the white truck of death.
I would be the manipulative queen dowager for two reasons.
You would be good at that.
One, the fit. I want to wear the period garb. That's number one.
Mhm.
Number two, I'm not getting my hands dirty. If I'm gonna do murder, somebody else is doing my murder for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it is, because it's not necessarily murder, but like I want to manipulate and have other people do my bidding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Keep my hands clean.
Why didn't I say that first? That's so you as soon as you said it. I don't know what I was thinking.
Manipulative and good clothes.
I don't know why I picked white truck of death. It's just funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
I would be the quirky serial killer because, and that this is solely based on watching Queen Mantis. She's not, I don't know if she's quirky. I don't know if quirky is the right word for the
That
serial
sounds
killer.
cute.
In Queen Mantis, but she's definitely something. And I just feel like that would be the most fun. Like I want to be that weirdo who's like grinning with blood sprayed on my face. That's what I would want. Not like in real life, please. Excuse me. I just mean in a K-drama.
Right,
That's
fantasy
what I
time.
want.
So I also went with a quirky serial killer because quirky just made it immediately fun.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking like, to me that gives like a little bit of like playfulness to the murder, which means that if there's a little bit of fun to it, like these people probably deserve a killing is what I'm going to go with.
Mhm.
So I'm not just killing I'm not like the demon just killing like cancer kids' parents. I want to be killing like, the bad politicians and like fraudulent CEOs who've like caused harm and killed lots of people, something like that. And so I think like, if I got to do that in like a fun, cutesy way, that's like just a little bit,
So you'd be like quirky vigilante.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like, am I like a manic pixie dream girl killer or is it
I don't know, like
really-
quirky kind of made me think of like the ring twisting brother in My Love from the Star,
My
or
god.
it made me think
Oh,
like
that
yeah,
for
that's what was going to my head when I thought quirky. Or it made me think of Flower of Evil, which I won't say anything, but like that there's a little
well, they're just
quirk.
like murdery bad people. Like I'm thinking quirky is like Yumi from Yumi Cells, except like I just murder like baddies. But then I have like a fun love affair with like, uh, random people in my office. Like by day, I'm just like, wearing my lanyard, showing up like a Moogie. And then at night, I'm like, oops, like you're dead and I've put an egg in your throat and I forked you in the neck. But you were real bad and deserved it.
I feel like quirk can have many different variations when you pair it with serial killing.
Yeah. I was thinking fun and playful, like these people are people we all collectively agree we should not have. And I'm not saying that I'm validating this for myself per se, but I'm saying if I had to play that role, I think that would be like a fun, like a Dexter.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good
Maybe.
question.
And
Good
I feel
question.
like people are going to be like, ha ha ha, but is Leah wanting to murder people? I don't actually really want to
Yeah.
murder people.
No.
Is she
This
I don't
wanting
is
to
even
just
like
be
to
cute and
kill.
murder people? Like,
Yeah, I don't even really particularly like killing bugs. Like I kind of, I mean, I will kill a bug, but like I will try to not if I can.
I same. I will. Because my whole thing is that I don't know what happens in the afterlife. There's reincarnation. I'm betting on everything and nothing, right? So my fear is if I am just stomping on every bug I see, that when I am
Probably.
reincarnated, I'm coming back as a bug and I'm gonna live for about like 15 seconds.
mm,
Karma. It's karma. Karma keeps me from killing everything.
Yeah, I definitely believe in karma very much.
um I really like this question by Caroline. Talking about unhinged, who is your favorite, most unhinged K-drama character? And I have two. So the first one is like beloved unhinged, and that's gonna be K from
Oh,
Bad and Crazy.
100%.
Like beloved
Beloved.
unhinged.
One of my
Like you
favorite characters of all time,
but he's unhinged.
but in the best way.
Absolutely.
In the best
But in
way.
the best way. And I would say my favorite unhinged character in like all the worst ways, but also no, in all the worst ways, would be from Death's Game, and it's the character played by EJ Ook. I mean, it's Salt and Gook's like personality in Kim Jae-uk's body, but
Kim
it's
Jae-ok or Lee Jae-ok?
Kim Jae-ok.
Okay.
Kim Jae-ok. Lee Jae-ok is in
I know,
Death's
that's what I'm
Game as
saying, because you said
well.
Lee Jae-ok
Right,
first.
I
Okay.
know. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Kim Jae-ok.
Okay.
Okay, so Kim Jae-ok in Death's Game, he is massively like unhinged as this character, and he like he has to like it's so good. So I would say like I don't want to say anything else about Death's Game, but that would be my
Yeah, like I don't want to give spoilers, but my favorite unhinged character is the villain from Little Women.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
I mean,
That's a good
like hydrochloric acid in the vents, in the sprinklers, like chef's
Brilliant.
kiss to unhinged.
Brilliant. And then like and the villain in Undercover High School.
That just made me think of Undercover High School because it's very similar.
What did she put in the sprinkler system? It was acid.
Was
right?
it acid too? It was something very similar. Yes.
I think it was acid in the sprinkler system. Oh god, it's so great.
I don't know. I'm just like, there's a lot of good ones, but the one I'm going to jump out for right now is probably Mask Girl herself.
Oh,
Kim Momi, yeah.
yeah.
Kim Momi is a character played by 3 different actresses. But I mean, like that still stands out as like a top watch for me of 2025. And yeah, I think not quirky killing, but unhinged and like that weird element of like, oh God, but like kind of fun.
No, she's pretty unhinged. Like she really is.
She's unhinged.
Yeah.
Unhinged is fun.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, so is it back to me? Because I have one that I want to just get out of the way, and this
Yeah.
is just for me.
It is.
Go for it.
So look, I'm not trying to pick favorites here. I'm just going off of the like, this is one I just want to answer because it made me laugh when I saw it because I was like, yeah, I've thought about this potentially. So this is Claudia again. Claudia, you and I tonight are just doing this. So I had a dream of Suga of BTS. I did not. Claudia did. Starring in a BL. So Claudia wrote, just imagine Suga, the dark brooding chaebol or mafiosa type. I am familiar with his AO3 personas very well. Um, Falling hard for someone. Or is he a different character altogether? Maybe a professor or a doctor? Who would you cast as a love interest? Not another member of BTS, please. No, thank you. I'm not going to do shipping content here tonight. What plot device would you choose to bring them together? Maybe a piece of music or a guitar in a shop window? It sounds as if you've got a lot of ideas on your own, Claudia. I'm just saying it sounds like you built this out yourself. But that being said, yes, I do have a premise. Why don't I unpack it just a little bit here now? So, the actor that I would pair them up for, so I'm going on a BL because that was the premise given. And so I am going to go with Min Hyun, who is also known as Bong Min-hyun, who was, I am most familiar with their work as playing Yul in Alchemy of Souls, the unrequited second male lead. But I know some of you here have enjoyed Study Group and Lovely
Yes.
Liar, where they are also seen as a feature actor as
Mm.
well.
This is
And
already chef's kiss, Leah.
thank
Chef's
you.
kiss casting.
And the casting came to me because he also was a guest in Suchwita, and they had like some good rapport. So I'm going with this. So my premise is going to be Black Cat, duh, and Golden Retriever because yes. And so I am going to say that the premise that we're going to have is going to be an umbrella as the motif. And it's going to be two strangers, let's say in like Hongdae, like somewhere busy in the city, and it's pouring rain and one has an umbrella, one does not, and they kind of like the friendly one offers like the Suga character like the umbrella who like doesn't want it, but it's like pouring. And then in navigating where to go next, they wander through everywhere that they need to go. They need to go together because it turns out they live in the same apartment building together. So it's like a chance meeting that then brings them. So then you see the forced proximity now. And then we could have one, like, let's have the golden retriever character could be like a youth PE teacher. Like he's like a coach for like little kids. And then like the Suga character could be like a freelance music critic who also works in like a vinyl store and is kind of like antagonistic and world weary. So I think that's the framework that I'm going to go with. I'm not going to plot you out a whole book here, but I think
I'm
that's a
already
winning.
in. That's a great meet
Nope.
cute.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it. I love it.
And Suga's gotta have the long black hair for this.
Yes.
The
God,
long
yes.
hair.
Please. Long sugar hair.
Yeah, and the black leather jacket.
I'm
Alright,
ready.
Amy.
All right, I've got one. This is a short one from Stuart. You get one sofa, one drama, and one actor to watch it with. Who are you picking?
That's so funny. That's so funny, that question.
I gotta pick the drama. I know who I'm watching with. What am I gonna watch?
What about you, Amy? Do you have one?
So I kind of want to live out a scene in a drama. This is a tiny bit of a cheat. It'd be Gong Yu, of course, like one sofa, Gong Yu. It wasn't one sofa, one actor, one drama. Instead of drama, can I make it Train to Busan so that he can grab me when he's scared?
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's what we're doing.
That's perfect. So the first one that came to mind was An Bo-hyun. I'm sorry. I love him so much.
Look, we can be as basic as we want to be about this. Like, I don't. That's why I'm like, it's not hard. I want Gong Yu.
And like if we were on a love seat together, he would take up like the majority of the love seat, which I just like love. Like I want him to full man spread on the love seat. And then I'm like tucked in the corner. And oh God, I don't know. I might this is kind of unhinged, but I think I want to watch My Name with him.
That is a little unhinged.
You're like, "And how did it feel to die there?"
Yeah, how to feel.
sorry.
I mean, I
We've
want
talked
to
about it a
know,
million times.
but there's so much about My Name that is just very good. Like the way they meet, because they meet like so antagonistic. And then I personally do like, I'm just gonna say there's a sex scene in My Name. And I love the sex scene because I love it because it's so emotional. 'cause there's so much about the characters that, like, what that means for them, especially her, that it was just very emotional for me, and I think they both played it really well, and I wanna have a discussion about that with An Bo-hyun and make him super uncomfortable.
Yeah, so I mean, if we can just be, like, basic, put ourselves in a fan fiction
Yep. That's
situation, I'm going with Kang Ha-neul, obvious.
Yeah.
Him and his big mouth.
Mhm.
And look, I am going to say I'm doing a twofer, sorry. So, first of all, we are going to watch Empress I believe it's Empress Tea together because there's 51 episodes. So my guy's coming over, like, because I've been meaning like, people say watch it, and I'm always like, 51 episodes, though? Kang Ha-neul's on the couch with me, I'm like, "Guess oh, no, I guess we have to watch all 51 episodes, like, either in one binge where we're just, like, unhinged together or, like, spread over almost 2 months of every night." Either's fine with me. And then once we've done that, I'm gonna be like, "Look, we are in our historical fields. We are in the Saga. It is time to throw on Frozen Flower Baby. We're gonna see some
Oh
Duck Duckin' to bring it home."
my god, stop it! Of all things.
Because then I can show my best. I can do some witty repartee. At that point, I feel like you're either gonna like, that's either gonna bring you over the edge, and he's gonna be, like, ready to give me some toe action, or he's gonna be like, "And I'm done, and I never need to see you again."
right.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for 51 episodes and then castration.
So at that point, he's either in love with me or it's never gonna work.
So, actually, this is a good segue into the next question that I wanna answer because as soon as you said Kang Ha-neul, I'd, like, have my answer, but this is also by Claudia. Claudia was on a roll. She said, "What is a fictional character that you wish you could write? For example, another author's character that you think needs an SOS alternative storyline or ending, or a character that you love and wish you had written first, or maybe a character that's in your mind and you haven't come up with the right story for them." Um, so this is a character that I just wish I had written. Like, it's a personality type that I wish I had written, and also that I feel like I could write endless scenes with him, and that's Kang Ha-neul's character in When the Camellia Blooms. I feel like I could write endless scenes with him, and that personality is so good and so his dialogue, like, the things he says, I feel like I could replicate that and just keep him going. I just his character is so endearing, so good. He says amazing, amazing lines that it's the type of character that I always think I wish he was mine.
Is that Meadow?
That's my thought.
Meadow's still there?
I haven't heard Meadow in forever. I forgot about
We do have a dog, surprise, surprise. My daughter just got home from theater. He is Ed in The Lion King, and so he's greeting her, or she Meadow's a female. A Meadow is greeting Poppy.
but that's so cute.
That's a g he's such a good character. I don't know, mine's not a character or an SOS per se, but I wanna be able to, like, really knock a trope out of the park, like, a well-used trope, and, like, bless you. Like, and I've used this as an example so many times, and I sadly can't get too into it because it's a spoiler. Um, I'm not gonna say what drama it's from, but I'm just gonna say that there is one drama for me that does amnesia the right way. One drama. And it's my favorite thing in the world. And I wanna be in my writing career, I wanna be such a good writer that I could take something so overdone and so overused and still and make it perfect. Because for me, it was perfect, what it elicited. And I I'm jealous of that writer from that drama that I won't tell you what it is because I want you to experience it. And if you know, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I knew what you were gonna say, and it's not my dearest.
It's not my dearest. It's not my dearest. But I'm always so like every time I think about this drama all the time. So I have to rewatch it and see if it still hits the same for me. Because I think about that because I talk about like mulling. Like I have an amnesia like romance idea that I have actually been mulling for years. Like I wrote a synopsis for it. Um but I never wrote the book. And yeah, because there's some like I when it's something like that, I think it's so hard to get it right and not make it like schmaltzy or not make it silly. And I'm not saying there's only one person who's ever done it right, but this one version of it is one of those things that I think about a lot that I'm like, I want to be able to take something like that and be able to turn it on its head and have people
Mhm.
say, God, I've seen that a million times, but that was the best use of it.
First one that popped into my head today to say what would I like to have written, like a character that I would like to have like some part of Incepted would be healer.
Mm,
So good.
you're right.
So good.
Like the layers of damage, but then the layers of like heroicism, but then like the fucking like ninja nighttime Batman spying like in the ceiling, like hanging like,
That's another
from
one that we need to rewatch. Seriously.
there's
Like,
just a lot there with like I think, yeah, lots of damage and feels, yet lots of kind of like highly commercial and like mainstream, but in a way like again, it's like my defense for why you can have things be really commercial and really good at the same time. I will come up with a good answer. I will just tease people so they can wait with bated breath. He asked me if I was a pedicurist, whose toes and feet would I like to work on? Give me some time. I'm reflecting. I will give you a good answer. I'm not gonna make that a basic answer. So I need some time to, really let that marinate today. Oh, marinate just like toes do and toe sucks.
This is why. It's your fault.
I'm just saying we gotta move on. Keep it fresh. Keep it fresh. Let's do new growth.
I don't want the word marinate with toes. Like I just
Okay. I love a good okay, this is Jennifer B.
Mhm.
Sorry. Jennifer B says, I love a good cohabitation rom-com trope. Who would you force to live together? And would they be in a sole condo, a beautiful sprawling chaebol home, or out in the country on a farm? And then she gives an example of something she might like to see, which is how about Kim Ji-won and An Bo-hyun on a rural farm due to a threat on Kim Ji-won's life, and An Bo-hyun is her bodyguard.
I
Perfect.
Look,
know. And
that's
like
the one I want.
that's it. I responded.
That's
I'm
it.
like, I responded to her. I'm like, please keep shouting this this is what we want. Please keep shouting this into the universe. Like that's what I
Also,
want.
Kim Ji-won and An Bo-hyun, though, sexy as hell, them together. Oh my god.
So can I say mine because I've got one?
Please, because
go ahead.
Okay. This is Kim times two. So Kim Bum.
Mm,
Why are we not seeing more Kim Bum?
I
why?
know.
And Kim Da-mi. That is a pairing,
Ooh,
right? They kind of
yeah.
like it's a cutesy, like it's kind of cute,
I'm
right? And I
down.
think
Yeah.
and what do I want to do in it? Let's see. I think I'm feeling farm for this too. I think farm is important for this one. But what do I want? Like, I'm trying to think of like what is my premise that I want to do here. I don't know. I'm going to make this too complicated, but it's in my head and just like, you know what? It's either going to end up good or end up bad and just let's normalize that creative messiness. I think it would be fun to start with them dying. Like a good start, but they die in a funny way. This is not like a sad drama. Like
Okay.
they die like they're on a farm for some reason and then they just like both die and then it has to be, like, some sort of a groundhog like, I think, like, the 2 of them
Oh,
in
a
a
time
groundhog
loop.
so they're in a time loop where, like, this time can they avoid dying in that way, and they kind of can't until they, like, reset some sort of loop. I think something like that would be fun because I think, like, a white trucker death in, like, the first 5 minutes. Like, they both get taken out
That's pretty
immediately
funny.
through, like because of something that they have to work out, but I think it would just be funny to have it be, like, a short drama, like, 8 episodes, like, so we're not doing this for, like, 20 episodes of time looping, I think 8's fine, and every episode, they start getting run over by a white truck of doom until, like, some lesson like, something happens to, like, offset it, and it's a romance. I think that would be fun.
That's pretty funny. I like that.
Mm, So I love that too. So mine, I'm gonna do Nana and Park Seo-joon
Oh, yeah.
because I think that would
Husband
be.
hot as shit.
Can you imagine?
The 2 hottest people, like, on the planet together.
Yeah, and I'm also picturing Nana as she appears in like Mask Girl. So I'm talking like full glam Nana. Um, and Park Seo-joon as he is in the beginning of Gyeongsan Creature, which is this like he's charming, but he's also cold and selfish. And I want them to be a part. I want this set in like Chaebol world. I'm talking like the wealthy elite. their families have been enemies for generations, but I don't know why yet, but for some reason, the families need to align themselves with each other, and so they're forced into an arranged marriage. And they hate each other
Love
because
it.
they were raised to hate each other, and they have to get married. And then they are forced to live in this, like, cold, grand mansion, Chaebol Mansion, and then obviously they'll fall in love. I want it so bad. It literally just popped in my head, and I was like, "Now I need to see it."
So I I want Lee Dong-wook,
Mm, thank you.
and I want him to play like so against type from what he's been like lately. Like he's been, like an arms dealer, a gumio, whatever. I want him. So I feel like I want this to be like in a rooftop apartment. I want him to be. I'm trying to think of who I want as the heroine. Who have we not seen him with that he would be good with? So I'm trying to think. I want him to be out of work, like finding his way, like kind of coasting a little bit, like hasn't found his way. And he's obviously like an older hero, not a 20 something, trying to figure out his way. And for whatever reason has to share an apartment with the heroine. Give me somebody good. I don't know who I want with him. But the heroine's gonna be like totally put together, like boss lady, career woman, um, just lost her roommate.
Maybe the actress who played Sodan.
Ooh, she could be good.
I feel like she could be good, and
She could be
she's
good.
beautiful, but she can play cold really well, like, put
Yeah,
together,
I like
or
that. I like that.
yeah. I forget
Um,
her name, but
but I basically like I want him to be like just so against type. Like he doesn't have his shit together. He's trying to find
right.
his way and he has to live with this woman who can't stand him. Like it's just a roommate situation. Like he's basically like a frat boy, but he's not. Like he wants, he's got some inner hurt and he wants to find his way. Um
Mhm,
and like see
mhm.
people a little bit older, like her find like a little bit kind of like Love Scout, like, finding her softer side, and being able to balance, like love and career, and him being able to find his path. But I love a close proximity, like in a small space.
Love it too. No, that sounds great. And I do wanna mention, I did see some news recently that Lee Dong-wook could possibly he's been approached to play the lead role in, a Netflix romance K-drama called Love Affair. And let me just read, like, the beginning because this sounds messy. So, the synopsis for Love Affair, a man feels a fateful attraction to a woman he happens to meet overseas. After spending a single night together, the two reunite through a cruel twist of fate in an unexpected relationship, setting off a turbulent and dramatic course in their lives. Honestly, this sounds toxic and messy and sexy, and I'm kinda here for it if that's what it is.
Too. I wanna see something I mean, I'm waiting to see, like, I would like to see this is gonna land weird maybe at first, but write it out with me. I wanna see, like, Strangers from Hell in a romance, not because I'm romanticizing the murdering, but just, like, that
It's
level. I mean,
quirky.
and what he brought in Shop for Killers too. Just like,
Yeah,
well, he didn't really well, yeah, he did.
He was
But
there.
yeah.
he was
Yeah,
there.
but I'm saying, like, did he bring, like he didn't bring yeah, I mean, he brought some chaotic, like, crazy to it a little bit. But, like, I'd like to see him just, like I like it when he kinda, like, plays on the edge of sanity a little bit, but, like, it would be fun to do it, like, in a romantic-y, sexy way.
Yeah, like, in Bad and Crazy, he played on the edge of
That's what I
sanity.
was
For
thinking, Bad and
sure.
Crazy. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
I
and
love him
he
in Bad and Crazy, and
he's
I would have taken more romance in Bad and Crazy if there was room for it. Like,
yeah,
I'm
there
okay that
was,
I mean, there was a little bit, but, like, that was not the focus at all. That was not
but
the
he's, like,
focus.
yeah, but he's, like, sharing the romance with Kay, if you know what I mean. So
Right.
it's hard to, like, yeah, but I agree. Personally, I love Unhinged Lee Dong-wook. I think it's one of my favorites. I think it's also why I do like Tail the Nine-Tailed because he plays a little bit of an edge
Oh,
to that
100%,
character.
100%.
And
It's a
so
little over the
this
top, t which I like.
yeah. I love when he's over the top,
I
Yes.
especially
do
because
too.
sometimes I think sometimes just, like, the way Korean acting is, it can be like very stiff and reserved, and that's fine. I'm not like knocking that, but sometimes it's fun when some of these actors, especially like Lee Dong-wook, just go like so physical and so like out of the box, and he does it so well. So anyway, I hope he's in this love affair. I can't tell if it's a movie or a drama. Oh, they're calling it a film.
Oh, then it's a
So
movie. Yeah.
yeah, okay, but I mean, I hope, man. That sounds really cool.
Okay. I do want to circle back. I have an answer for my foot question.
Okay. So to reiterate, Jimmy wants to know if you were a pedicurist, whose feet
Whose
you would
foot
want to work on.
Yeah, who's my foot? So this is I stand by the fact this person has acted and has been in dramas. Therefore, they fit within the K-drama context here. I'm going with Kim Tae-hyung from BTS.
Okay.
That's a foot that I could spend a lot of time with.
As soon as you
He
quantified
already
it,
has a pedicure. He's coming to you with a pedicure. Like he's already pedicured.
I want to play this little piggy with every single one of those toes.
as soon
I
as you were
want
like,
some
he's an
wee-wee-
actor. He's an actor. I was like, she's choosing V. Immediately, V from BTS. I knew.
I mean, that's a foot that I would like Cinderella that shit with. Like he can like I bet like I would eat an egg off of his foot. I would eat an egg. A sunny side up egg that's runny in the yolk.
Of all things, why did you choose it?
Because I'm saying like a
Like
sunny
a
side
runny yolk you're gonna lick between his toes.
I'm saying a runny yolk is messy. It's not like,
Okay.
you could eat like a sausage off of his foot, but like that's not gonna make
You don't want to do honey?
I mean, yes, or maple syrup, like a pancake with maple syrup. I just felt like a runny egg just kind of gave that like a little bit of just like that, you don't ask this question if you don't want some filth with it.
Yeah.
I'm giving the people what they want.
I like it.
My answer is sunny side up egg, and I'm dipping my little soldiers into it.
My little Kim Tae-hyung
My little cut up
piggy
rye,
soldiers.
some crispy rye bread. My little soldiers are getting dipped onto his little toe.
I bet he has beautiful feet. I mean, I have never seen a photo, but
This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think he's gonna come already pedicured.
I am positive that foot is just like
it's beautiful.
Wait, I do have to tell you, this made me think. So my daughter went dress shopping with girlfriends of hers, and so I wasn't there. Another mom took them, and Hazel tried on a dress in like a dressing room and then sent me a picture of it just to like texted it to me. She blacked out her feet. The picture's like she only sent it to me. But she's
Where you're gonna post her feet?
I don't know. I'm like,
does she have terrible feet?
No, it's just like you notice like if
just
people
feet.
Yeah, well, that's like a thing on Instagram where like people like they'll cover their feet. Like you don't get my feet for free. You got to pay if you want to see pictures of my feet. And I don't know if like she sees this on like TikTok. I don't know, but I laughed so hard. She blacked out her feet.
Covering up my feet and be like, but then I feel like people would see and be like, I'm going to pay you never to see your feet again.
Okay, water break. This moment is sponsored by water.
What water?
Water.
That's a good one. Yeah, I want a water promo that's got the little
like a dubstep or something.
Delicious, creamy water.
Why is your water creamy?
Oh my God. All right. So do you guys have any more, or are we good to close it out with our last water break?
I thought we could close it out with the White Truck of Doom.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
And that was from Caroline too. And it was just that she mentions we haven't seen a lot of White Trucks of Doom in dramas lately.
It's true.
Do we miss it, or is it a trope that we've had enough of?
I'm okay without it. Honestly, after oh gosh, what was it? The like redo it, love.
Marry My Husband.
Marry My Husband. Marry My Husband ruined it for me. Like it just, that was where I was done.
When there's time to get a latte before the truck hits you.
And it's not even like it felt like a parody. They were like serious. Like they were like, this
That's
is
the
a
problem,
real.
is it took itself seriously.
It took itself way too seriously. That's when I was done with
and
the
this is a drama that we love. Like,
yeah, of course. I love
crazy things can happen and we still love a drama. But like that scene, the White Truck scene,
Yeah, I've been over it since then.
I think for me, I could take a white truck of doom, but I want like if it was parody. Like if we had some fun parody, like I think my idea of like starting a drama every like, having it be like the white truck is built in. Like I wouldn't mind some white truck that like knows it's white trucking and like it's
Yeah.
fun. But if it's any more of these like and then like we just watch the
Right.
truck slowly appear, or you get shot and then it's a white truck. Like just,
The
then
only
it does.
No, sorry, I was gonna say the only white truck that ever got me emotionally was Goblin.
Which also takes fucking 5,000 years to get
It does.
her.
Right. Like you're
Like
sitting there
she's
waiting for it. And I'm like, get out,
supposed to
get out,
ignore it,
get
and it's
out.
like, "Huh? Huh? White truck." Like,
Yeah, like you don't need to be in it.
Right. You can park there and get
You can
out.
park and get out.
yeah, you sure? There's many options to do.
Tuck and roll.
Instead, she's like this. Huh?
Just
Water
looking.
break.
Like, I'm so sorry.
She's having some delicious creamy water while she waits to die.
Water.
On that note, I hope everyone is peeing clear tonight.
Mhm. Yep.
Stay safe and pee clear, everybody. On young.
Can that be our new tagline?
That's our new sign off. Pee clear, everyone.
Instead of like we're taking it back from the Mormon, like what it was that one, like the movie about like sea change or whatever that was like going clear. Us just like, yeah, actually don't hashtag don't sue me. Sorry.
Right. Just pee clear. That's all we
Pee
want.
clear.
Pee
Pee
clear.
clear.
Okay. Well, there you go. Thanks for listening. Until next week.
Annyeong.
Annyeong. Pee clear.